Thanks for coming, Sebastian. How about we start with a little bit about yourself and what was the problem that you were facing?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to do at this stage in life was to start taking healthier options.
Yeah.
Uh, and that means that I needed to stop drinking Coke, which,
Mhm.
by the way, I've been drinking now for, well, I was drinking for 37 years.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
Long time.
yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
And I find it really hard to quit that habit of
Hmm.
drinking
Hmm.
Coke.
Hmm.
I really like the stuff. I
Yep.
came to a point I'm thinking I was addicted to this stuff,
Yes.
and
Yes.
yeah,
Didn't realize it at that time.
no, I didn't realize that when I decided to say, oh, look, I want to make healthier options, as having juice or drinking water as an alternative. Yeah, I really did struggle and quit drinking Coke.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's a bit of my,
Yeah.
you know,
And what was the problem with Coke? So I understand that you've been drinking it for 37 years and was part of your lifestyle.
mm,
Um, but what was the problem with it? Why
I-
did you want to quit it?
well, the problem was that I was drinking excessively a lot. I mean, a lot of Coke,
Yeah.
roughly about 2 liters a day, which was quite a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the first thing I did breakfast was grab my stuff and also a can
A
of
bottle
Coke.
of Coke. Yeah.
So I knew that wasn't a good way of starting your day,
Hmm.
and I really feel that this drink was actually taking control of the options that I wanted to have in terms of having a healthy option.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's not like I wanted to have one glass of Coke and I was satisfied for the rest of the day. I wanted to have more
The
and
more you
more.
drink. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't a control.
Yes.
Um,
So you wanted to try drink other things as well, but you couldn't pull yourself out of this habit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried different ways of reducing the intake, trying to slowly
Yeah.
reduce the intake to one glass a day. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I've tried to go cold turkey, and when I went cold turkey, I was getting headaches.
Yeah.
I was having mood swings.
Yeah.
I was really feeling grumpy because
These things should tell you that's they are signs of addiction, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how I was feeling. I was feeling that I can't believe that I can't simply quit this once
Yeah.
and for all,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was always going back to it.
Anyone who is addicted to food or smoking or alcohol, if they try to reduce or stop cold turkey, go through exactly the same kind of symptoms of
Mm,
mood swings, watery eyes, not getting irritated very easily and not able to concentrate and all those kind of things.
yeah.
Headaches.
Mm,
You don't feel like doing much and your body is just feeling very lethargic and sluggish and
yeah.
that kind of things that happen. Yeah.
I think also, apart from all that, I was always feeling the back of my mind, you need to go back, you need to go back to Coke. It was
Yeah.
one of those things that my body was craving for it.
Yeah.
And even though my mom was saying, no, I need to stop that, my body was shouting louder.
And how many times you've tried before?
I tried a few times. I went for 21 days. That I did a special diet to see if I can detox myself.
Yeah.
As the
Yeah.
common trend nowadays, you do
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
detoxing.
Yeah.
I tried that. I tried cold turkey, as I mentioned
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And I tried to reduce the amount.
Hmm.
So I've tried a few different techniques, but no
Yeah.
matter what I did, I always
You come back to it.
came back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was winning.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah.
And I was getting I was getting a bit frustrated with it because I thought this is actually controlling my life.
And what kind of impacts were you seeing on your life because of this control? What was the implication on maybe family side or health side, or what was some of the impacts that you were seeing?
I, I, I think in health is it's not good to take so much caffeine and
Sugar.
so much sugar and all that stuff. So actually, it doesn't help with the weight issue.
Mm.
And I think as well, I've got two little girls as well, and I want to be a role model for them.
Right.
Um, when I started drinking Coke, I was the age of 1 and never stopped until recently. So I wanted my kids to have a better start in life by
Mm.
making right decisions when it comes to about food.
Yes.
And definitely soft drinks was one of those things that I wanted my kids to avoid as much and
Mm-hmm.
get into the healthy options like juices or
Yes.
water or, something more healthy
Yeah.
alternative rather than
Yeah.
soft drinks.
Yes. Okay.
So obviously my kids, they would see they were drinking this black stuff and
Yes.
how come I'm drinking this water and
Yeah.
you're
And
allowed to
you
drink?
don't. Yeah. The kids are not allowed, but you are allowed to drink it. Yes. So you
Exactly.
didn't feel very comfortable telling them no,
Mm.
and you are drinking it yourself.
Yeah, and I think my concern came once when I left the glass on the table and my oldest daughter decided to pick it up and have a sip. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I don't want her to. She wanted to taste, obviously, she was curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't want them to, yeah, get
Get
the
in that
same.
that cycle that you were stuck in. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Enjoying every now and then, maybe half a glass here or there is different as to a compulsion or a craving that you can't really pull yourself out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when it starts to control your life rather than become like just a choice.
Yeah, I can see it too. When I wanted to quit, I was very consumed, you know, with this. And it was emotionally tired as well.
Mm, mm,
Like,
mm.
I was always having that constant battle with my mind in terms of I need to quit this, I need to
Yes.
quit this, and
Yeah.
it was hard work.
Yeah.
I really felt that I was going uphill and take
Yes.
one step forward and two steps back at times.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really
And it
emotional.
is usually said that in any kind of addiction, when people try to give it up cold turkey or with any kind of strategy, and if they are not able to continue with it, they often come back even harder. Did you
Mm.
find that was the case with you, or not that much?
Not that I was very aware of, but yeah, I was very easily gone back to drinking my usual amounts. It's not like I went back, had one glass, and I was
Yeah.
happy with it.
Yeah.
I came back drinking the same amount
Same
of
amount. Okay.
uh, consistently. So
So moving from this one, when we had our little NLP session,
mhm.
what did you think about before we had that session and immediately after we had that session? What were your thoughts about it?
um, the thoughts at the beginning was I was a bit skeptical,
Yeah.
because obviously I've been trying, a few months, if not a year, trying to quit this
Yeah,
bad
been
habit,
there, done that kind of
right?
thing. Yeah.
And you came along and says, oh, I can do this in fix this issue in 5 minutes. I was a bit skeptical because
Yeah.
I thought, look, I'm
That's
thinking it's taking me a year to quit, and you're going to come along in 5 minutes to
too
fix
good
it.
to be true. Yeah.
So it sounded too good to be true. But deep inside, I thought, look, if you say that you can do it, I'll give it a shot. What else I've got to
Yeah.
lose, right?
Yeah. What's
So
the worst that can happen? Yeah.
exactly. So I approached it with an open heart.
Yeah.
It was a split second. There was a bit of doubt,
Yeah.
but then I said no.
No.
Let's
Yes.
give it a shot. Why not?
Good. Yeah.
So we did,
Yes.
and
And
then
how did you feel afterwards? Like immediately after those 5-10 minutes we spent, what was your feeling like after that?
it was
Nothing changed, or
nothing
something? You
changed.
just
It
feel
wasn't a magic wand thing happening, and got transformed into something else. It was like business as
Yep.
usual, going back to work and
Yeah.
do my daily life. Except that I didn't have this habit of drinking Coke.
Yeah.
It was like a switch went off completely.
Yeah.
I was amazed because actually on that day when I went back home, obviously I had bottles of Coke because I was
Yeah.
still drinking.
Yeah.
My wife drinks as well, but she only has one glass at dinner and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have the problem that I had. And when I opened the fridge, I saw the bottle there
Yeah.
and I said, okay. I went and I grabbed the bottle of water
Yeah.
and I served myself water and I didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
My mind even my cravings, sometimes when you crave for something, you get
Yeah.
that taste buzz.
Yeah.
All those triggers was Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was totally blown away. I'm thinking, I can't believe this is just happening in 5 minutes.
And I bet the more confusing part is that you know all this is happening. It's not
Yes,
that you've forgotten about it. It's that you know you were drinking Coke
I
and
know.
you know this will happen, but it's not happening. It's very hard to comprehend what's going on at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like it's there. I could actually grab it if I wanted to,
Yeah,
but my mind says
yeah.
not
There is
interested.
no craving.
There's no craving on it.
Yeah,
It was amazing, and now it's been well over a month, probably a month and a half now,
yeah.
and
No,
not once,
no.
not even once.
Very good.
I went. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking juices. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, I lost 2 kilos
Oh wow,
since I stopped drinking Coke, which is
that's nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Very nice. Very
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And is this the longest you have given up Coke so
Oh
far?
yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. The other times, the longest I've been, like I said, 21 days.
Yeah.
So
And it was
straight.
a uphill battle as well.
Oh
This
yes,
is like you don't even realize it's just
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every day I'll wake up and the first thing is like, oh,
How am I going to go through this?
how am I gonna cope today with it, right? But yeah, it's the longest I've been 21 days. But now after this NLP session, I never looked back since then, which is
That's very
fantastic.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so thank you.
No problem. So tell me, I mean, you obviously have given it a go with your open mind, and I totally get your point of view. If you tell or if you think the way that it's too good to be true,
Yeah.
it does sound like that anyway. Yeah, there is no way that we can dumb it down in a way. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the way it is. It only takes 5-10 minutes to get rid of any addiction. So if I were to explain this to someone, that is the kind of reaction I get. So it is that. Now you've gone through that, you've seen all the benefits that it has brought.
Yeah.
What would you think someone who is still listening to this message and still thinking it's too good to be true? What would be your message to that person?
Believe it or not, yeah. Try it. Go there with an open heart. You'd be amazed the results. I personally think we live in a world that a lot of people try to trick us to do things,
Yes.
and then before you know, there's always hope.
Yes.
People want to believe on something that there's a way to do things.
Yeah.
And you've tried many avenues, and
Yes.
over time you do get a bit skeptical.
Yes.
But with this, I mean, I've had my fair bit of
Yes.
battles, and I was always skeptic about stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this was a bit different. I went with an open heart, and I thought, well, if it's 5 minutes,
Yeah.
it's not like I invested, a lot of time and effort into it. It's
Yes.
just 5 minutes of my time.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like, yeah, go
Yes.
be part of the
Yeah.
NLP session. Get through that. And
Yeah.
if you have an addiction, if you have a
Yeah.
problem that you're struggling with,
Yeah.
yes, definitely try it. Try it, definitely.
Good. Thank you, Sebastian.
No, thank you.
All the best for your future.
Thank you.
All right.